I fell with my fortunes, I'll ask him what he would. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well and overthrown more than your enemies.
Will you go, cuz?
Out with you. Fare you well.
Oh, my poor Rosalind! Whither wilt thou go? Wilt thou change fathers? I will give thee mine. I charge thee, thou art more grieved than I am.
I have more cause.
Thou hast not, cousin. Prithee, be cheerful. Knowest thou not the Duke hath banished me, his daughter?
That he hath not.
No, hath not. Rosalind lacks then the love which teacheth thee that thou and I am one. Shall we be sundered? Shall we be part, sweet girl? No! Let my father seek another heir!
Oh, yes. I heard them all, and more too, for some of them had in them more feet than the verses would bear.
But didst thou hear without wondering how thy name should be hanged and carved upon these trees?
I was 7 of the 9 days out of the wonder before you came, for look here, what I found on a palm tree.
True, you have done this.
Is it a man?
And a chain that you once wore about his neck. Change your colour?
I prithee who?
Oh, Lord, Lord. It's a hard matter for friends to meet, but mountains may be removed with earthquakes and so encounter.
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
Nay, I prithee now, most patrician vehemence, tell me who it is!
Oh, wonderful, wonderful! The most wonderful, wonderful! Yet again wonderful! And after that, out of all hooping.
Good my complexion. Dost thou think by comparison like a man I have a doublet and hose in my disposition? 1 inch of delay more is a sound sea of discovery. I prithee, tell me who it is quickly and speak apace. Is he of God's making? What manner of man? Is it head by the hatch with his chin by the beard?
Nay, he hath but a little beard.
Cry God send more, if he be thankful. Let me stay the growth of his beard, if thou delay me not the knowledge of his chin.
It is young Orlando, who tripped up the wrestler's heels and your heart both in an instant.
Nay, but the devil take mocking. Speak sad brown, true meant.
If faith, cuz, 'tis he.
Orlando?
Orlando?
Oh! Alas the day, what should I do with my doublet and hose? What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? Wherein went he? What makes him here? Did he ask for me? How parted he with thee, and when shalt thou see him again? Answer me in one word.
You must borrow me Gargantua's mouth first. 'Tis too great a word for any mouth of this age size.
But doth he know that I'm in this forest, and in man's apparel? Looks he as freshly as he did the day he wrestled?
Ah, it is as easy to count atomies as to resolve the propositions of a lover. But take a taste of my finding him and relish it with good observance. I found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn.
Oh, it may well be called Jove's tree when it drops forth such fruit.
Give me audience, good madam.
Proceed.
There he lay, stretched along like a wounded knight.
Don't be pitied to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
Cry hollows thy tongue, I prithee, it covets unseasonably. He was furnished like a hunter.
Oh, with this he comes to kill my heart.
Oh, I would sing my song without a burden. Thou bringest me out of tune.
Do you not know I am a woman? When I think, I must speak. Sweet, say on.
Will you bring me out?
Oh, Rosalind.
I will speak to him like a saucy lackey, and under that habit play the knave with him. Do you hear, Forrester?
Very well. What would you?
I pray you, what is it o'clock?
You should ask me what time of day it is. There is no clock in the forest.
There is no true lover in the forest. Else sighing every minute and groaning every hour would detect the lazy foot of time as well as a clock.
And why not the swift foot of time, and not that minute proper?
By no means, sir. Time travels in diverse paces with diverse persons. I'll tell you who time ambles withal, who time gallops withal, who time trots withal, who he stands still withal.
I prithee, who doth he trot withal?
Man. He trots hard with a young maid between the contract for marriage and the day it is sodomized. If the interim be but a 7 night, time's pace is so hard it seems a length of 7 year.
Who ambles time withal?
With the priest, that lacks Latin, and a rich man that hath not the gout. For the one sleeps easily because he cannot study, and the other lives merrily because he feels no pain. The one lacking the burden of lean and wasteful learning, the other knowing no burden of heavy, tedious penury. These time ambles withal.
Who doth time gallop withal?
With a thief, to the gallows. For though he goes softly his foot can fall, he thinks himself too soon there.
Who stays it still withal?
With lawyers, in the vacation. For they sleep between term and term, and then they perceive not how time moves.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
With the shepherdess, my sister, here in the skirts of the forest like fringe upon a petticoat.
Are you native of this place?
As the coney that you see dwell where she is kindled.
Your accent is something finer than one could purchase in so removed a dwelling.
I have been told so of many. But indeed, an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak, who was in his youth an inland man, one that knew courtship too well, so there he fell in love. I've heard him read many lectures against it, and I thank God I'm not a woman to be touched with so many giddy offences, as he had to generally tax their whole sex withal.
Can you remember any of the principal evils that he laid to the charge of women?
No and unprinciple. They're all like one another as halfpence are. Every one fault seeming monstrous till his fellow fault came to match it.
I prithee recount some of them.
No. I will not cast away my physic but in those that are sick. There is a man haunts the forest that abuses our young plants by carving Rosalind on their barks, hangs odes upon hawthorns and elegies on brambles, all forsooth deifying the name of Rosalind. If I can meet that fancy monger, I'll give him some good counsel. He seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
I am he that is so love-shaped. I pray you, tell me your remedy.
There are none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me how to know a man in love, in which cage of rushes I'm sure you are not a prisoner.
And what were his marks?
A lean cheek, would you have not? A blue eye sunken, would you have not? An unquestionable spirit, would you have not? A beard neglected, would you have not? But I pardon you for that, for simply your having a beard is younger brother's revenue. Then your coat should be ungartered, your bonnet unbandaged, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation, that you are no such man. You're rather pointed to vice in your accoutrements, as loving yourself than seeming the lover of any other.
Fair youth, I would I could make thee believe I love.
Me believe it? You may soon make her that you love believe it, which I warrant she's apter to do than to confess she does. But in good sooth, are you he who hangs the verses on the trees, where Rosalind is so admired?
By the white hand of Rosalind, I am that he. That unfortunate he.
But are you so much in love as your rhymes speak?
Oh, neither rhyme nor reason could express how much.
Oh, love is merely a madness, and I tell you, deserves as well a dark house and a whip as madmen do. And the reason why they're not so punished and cured is that the lunacy is so ordinary that the whippers are in love too. Yet, I profess curing it by counsel.
Did you ever cure any so?
Yes, one. And in this manner. was to imagine me his love, his mistress, and I set him every day to woo me, at which time would I, being but a moonish youth, grieve, be effeminate, changeable, longing and liking, proud, fantastical, apish, shallow, inconstant, full of tears, full of smiles, for every passion something, and for no passion truly anything, as boys and women are for the most part cattle of this colour. Would now like him, now loathe him, then entertain him, then forswear him, would now weep for him, then spit at him, then I drove my suitor from his mad humour of love to a living humour of madness, which was to forswear the full stream of the world, and to live in a nook, merely monastic. And thus I cured him, and in this way will I take upon me to wash your liver as clean as a sound sheep's heart. There shall not be one spot of love in it.
I would not be cured, youth.
I would cure you, if you would but call me Rosalind, and come every day to my cote, and woo me.
Now, by the faith of my love, I will. Tell me where it is.
Go with me to it and I'll show it to you. And by the way, you should tell me where in the forest you live. Will you go?
With all my heart, good youth.
Nay, you must call me Rosalind. Pray you, who might be your mother, that you insult, exalt, and all at once over the wretched? What though you have no beauty, as by my faith I see no more in you, than without candle am I going up to bed? Must she therefore be proud and pitiless? What means this? Why do you look on me? What's my little life? I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No, faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brow, nor your black silk hair, nor your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that can tame my spirits to your worship. You foolish shepherd, wherefore would you follow her like foggy south, puffy wind and rain? You're 1,000 times a proper man than she a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that makes the world full of ill-favoured children. But mistress, know yourself, down on your knees and thank heaven casting for a good man's love. For I must tell you, friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. So, take her to thee, shepherd. There you are.
Oh, you! I pray you, chide a year together. I'd rather hear you chide than this man. Whoa!
He's falling in love with your foulness. And she'll fall in love with my anger. If it be so, as fast as she answers thee with frowning looks, I'll sauce her with bitter words. Why look you so upon me?
Oh, for no ill will I bear you.
Oh, I pray you do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. My sister, shepherd, play hard. Shepherdess, look on him better, and be not proud, though all the world can see, none can be so abused in sight as he.
I pray thee, pretty youth, let me be better acquainted with you.
They say you are a melancholy fellow.
Oh, I am so. I do love it better than laughing.
Those that in extremity of either are abominable fellows, and betray themselves to every modern censure worse than drunkards.
Oh, it's good to be still and say nothing.
Why then, 'tis good to be a post.
I have not the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musician's melancholy, which is fantastical, nor the courtier's, which is proud, nor the soldier, which is ambitious, nor the ladies, which is nice, nor the lovers, which is all these. But it is a melancholy of my own, compounded of many simples, and extracted from many objects, and indeed the sundry contemplation of my travels, in which my often rumination wraps me in a most humorous sadness.
A traveller, by my faith, you have great reason to be sad. I fear you have sold your own lands to see other men's, then to have seen so much and to have nothing is to have rich eyes and poor hands.
Oh, I have gained my experience.
And your experience makes you sad. I'd rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad, and to travel for it too.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Why then? God be with you, when you speak in blank verse.
Farewell, monsieur traveller. Look you lisp and wear strange suits. Disable the benefits of